Moving right along is Miss Sandra Lovely, ready for her presentation as she will be discussing block associations. And a lot of people are going to have questions as it relates to block associations. When people see this on the agenda, a lot of people were asking me questions already. And I was like, well, y'all got to wait till she come. Y'all asking me the questions. I can't answer them. So Miss Lovely.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, young lady?
Good. I'm gonna try to attempt to share my screen. So give me 1 second.
Okay. All right.
Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Lovely and I'm from Greenville Neighborhood Alliance. And today I'll be talking about block associations and how important it is for us to create strong block associations and also how to create them. So I am from Greenville Neighborhood Alliance. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that governs the block associations in the community. We help to create block associations, and then we bring the presidents and leaders of those block associations together. And that's what Greenville Neighborhood Alliance is, a collaboration of block association leaders. So I just want to get into, get into the mission of why we're trying to create more block associations. We're trying to develop an alliance of block associations so the leaders can collaborate and find solutions regarding crime and other quality of life issues for the betterment of our community. So we're constantly doing workshops and trying to get new block associations organized so we can come together and work together so we can deal with issues one at a time. Okay, I want to talk about what is a block association. An association of residents of a city block who work together to maintain a safe and attractive neighborhood. When residents get organized into neighborhood groups like block association and tenant groups and civic association, they become a big force for dealing with local problems and building better neighborhoods. Now here in Jersey City, we have the way that we set up block associations. There is an application with the Resident Response Center in City Hall. You can either get it from them or we, Greenville Neighborhood Alliance, also have applications, but you would need 15 people on your block that's passionate about your community, and you get their names and address, phone numbers, email address, and you complete the application and send it into City Hall. And once it's approved, City Hall will send you back a letter letting you know that you've been approved as a block association. You also would have to notify the Resident Response Center. You would have to select the board members on your block association and hold at least quarterly meetings every year. We also, as block association leaders, go to captain meetings and get very familiar with the police department and know what's going on, in our community, and have a strong relationship with the police department. The block association normally have membership clarifications, obligations. Some block associations have bylaws. It's really set up like an organization. You have a budget. Some block associations do have dues, yearly calendars. Each officer have a role, whether it's the president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. You run your block association like an organization, and you're only as good as your board. Again, creating an effective block association, you do have to have your president and your vice president, your secretary, your treasurer. We also have on my block association, board of directors, directors at large on our blocks, where we have not only the presidents and vice presidents, we also have older residents that sit in as directors at large. Some of the benefits of block associations: advocating on behalf of members for services and other quality of life improvement needs, help those less fortunate, supporting neighborhood beautification efforts, advance educational opportunities. There's so many different things that you can do within your block association. A lot of block associations have block parties. A lot of people wonder how they're able to do that. Most of the time they do have dues where they collect dues, and at the end of the year or the summer, they do have block parties. But of course, it have to go through the city hall, have to approve it in order for them to get that. If you have any questions in reference to starting your block associations, you can give me a call. You can email me at greenvillena@gmail.com, or Monica Hartwell. She's our first vice president. I'm sorry, Monica is online. Monica, can you give them your email address? Is she there?
Yes, I see.
I'm here.
Monica's-
Yes,
okay.
they just, I think they have me. Yes, I will put it in the chat, Sandra.
Okay. And also Deborah French, she's our secretary. So if you have any questions, we normally help block associations set up their block associations. We walk you through the process. And if you want, once you're organized, if you want to join Greenville Neighborhood Alliance, we welcome you.
All right. So, Sandra, where can they get the app? Is there application online?
Well, no, City Hall, you have to go to the Resident Response Center to get an application, but Greenville Neighborhood Alliance, we do have applications, and if they send me an email, I will send them the application.
Okay. What are some of the benefits of having a block association? Because when I was speaking with you earlier this week, and you were telling me all of the things it entailed, like you got to set up a board, you got to have meetings, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of work. Because I was like pretty much like looking at the community, like why everybody don't have a block association? It is some work, if you will. So what are some of the benefits of having a block association in your opinion?
Well, for me, you're able to get to know your neighbors. First of all, it's good to know your neighbors. And when you have a good relationship with your neighbors, you're able to come together and get some work done on your block, whether it's beautification, whether or not it's adding more cameras or lighting on your block. If you, once you get together with your block, you sit down and you decide exactly what it is that would help your block, and that's what you work towards. Yes, you do have to have a board. I mean, some of the stronger block associations have strong boards, because if you don't have the people doing the work, it's not going to get done. So you do have to have your president and your vice president and your treasurer, and in reference to an organization. And with that, Greenville Neighborhood Alliance, we pull those leaders of the block associations, and that's what Greenville Neighborhood Alliance is made up of, the leaders of the block associations in Ward A and Ward F.
Hey, Frank.
Yes.
Hi, this is Monica. This is Sandra's first vice president. And I just want to piggyback on something she said. Along a few other things, and you have been there with us. When it comes time when these developers are coming in our neighborhoods, and instead of going with the ordinance of a 2 or 3 family house, and they want to come in there with those 9-unit homes, a block association is there to fight that. One of the things that helped us with the Bayview Skyline Block Association, they wanted to put a 7-Eleven at the end of my block. And we came together and we went to those council meetings and we shut that 7-Eleven down. So when you think a block association is not important, when these developers are coming in your neighborhoods and doing the things they're doing, a block association is one of those groups that could shut some of these developers down and just say, we don't want this. We're not going for it. We're not having it, or come back with something better.
Okay.
So that's some of the important things. And, I know so many people look at a block association that, oh, they're rats. They're going to tell on us. We don't want them here. They against, and I'm gonna be honest, they're against, some of our hustlers on the block. Okay. And I'm just going to say it. Thinking, they're going to rat on us. They know good. Oh, we got snitches on the block. That's not what we're about. And I'm going to tell you now, I raised my kids on Van Nostrand Avenue, and I knew those hustlers on the block. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you now, those hustlers looked after my kids when I had to work late, and I looked after them. So, they're coming down the block. It was much respect along that. So it's just a matter of respecting the neighborhood, keep your stuff clean, keep us clean, and that's what it's about. Communication, really looking at what we need in our neighborhoods, and not so much, oh, we snitching and trying to hurt somebody. Okay, absolutely. We understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Monica. Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea E. Oliver. I'm the Block Association President of Brinkerhoff Street, which just glides right into Lincoln.
Okay.
My Lincoln students, whoop, whoop, go Lions. A block association is a vital piece. Why do you want a block association? Monica has said it so eloquently. Sandra said it even better, but just basically a place where you can organize and group with common people, your next door neighbor. You can just basically share ideas, share information. Complexes that are being built on your community block, you get a say of what goes on in your community. And also a day like a snow day today, where I try to shovel how many pounds of snow, and there were some 14 young men that were like, miss, we got you. And we sat there for an hour and a half today, and the whole Brinkerhoff is clean. And how much do those kids charge me? $0. And I just send them love, because that's what a community does. Community uplifts and illuminates each other and supports each other in times of hardship and in times of great time. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I do. I mean, I still think I did just want to, for you, young ladies, to highlight the benefits, because like I said, it is work behind it. But I just think, if for nothing else, right? We have a block association. It's kind of like our family in that area. We just look out for one another. Like I moved on Iggy for about like a year now, and it's just like everybody is just like, we're just one.
Yes.
We're literally just one. I dropped my debit card. Coach, they inboxed me. Coach, your debit card's right here. I'm gonna hold it till you get back, or you want me to put it in your mailbox. Or today I came out, I shoveled my whole side, and the neighbors across the street shoveled that whole side. And it's just like the extra set of eyes. I mean, I got 15 cameras on my house, literally, but my neighbor across the street have a special set of cameras that I don't have. So it's just about looking out for each other, being there for one another. And the most important thing is that the advocacy from multiple voices. It's one thing to say, I don't want this development because I don't think it's beneficial for the community. But it's another thing for the community to come together and say, no. We reject this project in its current form, and we don't want it. So does anyone on the Zoom call have any questions for Miss Sandra before we allow her? I guess she probably want to stay for the rest of the meeting. I don't know, but I do want to take this time to open up for some Q&As to see if anyone have any questions as it relates. So I know I think Tony may have a question about the block association. Hey, Mr. Perkins, do you have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I just appreciate the clarity that was brought to the conversation on the topic of block association.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, and Tony and Frank, just one other thing. Again, this is Monica Harwell, so you guys can understand. Another thing too, coming through the communities, and something we're just trying to push for. So many of our houses in our neighborhoods are going up for sale, and the community is not allowed to buy. And we can speak on who's actually getting them and who's allowed to have them or whatever. But my thing of it is, that's what's tearing down our community. We have renters, and the homeowners are not in the neighborhood, so they don't care. So our community is falling apart. So those are some of the things we are just pushing to allow, people on the block to be able to purchase homes and keep a community alive, and to help families to stay in their homes so we can keep building. I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. My mother and we knew families down the block and around the corner. We were a community. But when you start bringing just renters who don't care, they just come in, don't care, and the homeowners who don't live on the block don't care, we're falling apart. And we got to stop that in Jersey City. We have to bring that back.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, Monica. That is a great point, because as we turn into a city of predominantly renters, like people, like you just don't really care about stuff that much if it's not yours. And it's kind of almost like a human nature.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I do want to thank you for that. Does anyone else in the forum have a question, comment, or concern as it relates to block associations for one Miss Sandra Lovely?
Also, I wanted to say, Frank, that when you do have strong block associations, when you have a renter that come on to a strong block association and they see that, it's kept clean and, the garbage is put out and, certain things are done on the block, they're going to either fall in line or they'll get a letter, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, Miss Lovely, we do want to thank you for presenting in the Ward F Community Forum as we begin to, just provide information for people in our communities to, fight for themselves and fight together with us. So we do want to thank you. We do want to thank your team. And also, I want to personally thank you for all of the work you do via Greenville Neighborhood Alliance. I think that's a great organization. I think that's great work that you do in the community. So thank you very much, young lady. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you.